Hello and welcome to my channel. My name is Veronique. In this space what I do is I test makeup for a mature skin. I am 51 years old and I'm always on the hunt for makeup that works really well for this phase of my life. So in today's video I'm going to go through what really worked for me in February this last month and what didn't work for me. So the hits and the misses of the February month. It does help that shopping is one of my greatest strengths in life. I am a person who loves wearing makeup and I love shopping more than pretty much anything in terms of a pastime. When I was newly married, Ian used to often joke that if shopping was an Olympic sport, I would most likely win gold. I will say that in our almost 31 years of marriage, it is a skill that I have definitely strengthened over the many years that I have been married to Ian. So without any further chit chat, let's get into what really worked for me this last month in February and the makeup products that didn't work for me. I have got way more products that have been working for me than those that haven't. So I think the ones that haven't, I'm actually just going to get out of the way first so that we can focus on the positives. Right, first one that did not work for me, which was quite a resounding no, which is a little bit sad, was the Tear Mask Fit Red Cushion Foundation. I did do a review if you'd like to go and watch that. I just found that this foundation got very cakey on me and did not wear very well, and enhanced all of my skin texture, which apparently it's not supposed to do, but on my skin it definitely did. So that was an absolute no-go for me. Funnily enough, my teenager, she is now 17, she popped this on the other day and it seemed to work really well on her skin. So maybe, there we go, not for the mature ladies out there. And then I have got three mascaras that I found really didn't work for me. I have got fairly oily lids. I do put like a primer on and powder on to try and help with the transfer, but I found that these two in particular, it is the Colossal Bubble by Maybelline. This one flaked awfully. I was very sad about this Lash Paradise Big Deal. This one gives you beautiful voluminous lashes, but it transfers something chronic. I mean, it really does. It's like big black caterpillar lines above there. It does not look nice for me. And then I was quite sad. This is a new one from Catrice. This is the Hyper Lash Mascara. The color is beautiful. It's like beautiful burgundy, but this brush is just so jolly enormous. If you've got bigger eyes, then maybe it'll work for you, but I just found this brush just a little bit too big for my lashes. I found that I was actually skipping lashes. Beautiful color though, but unfortunately didn't work for me. Last one up of what didn't work is this Catrice Magic Shine gel to powder mattifying stuff. I don't even know. So it is a gel and then you pop it on your skin and it goes into a powder immediately. So on first application it definitely does look like powder on your skin, but the powder doesn't last. So within a few hours you're all shiny again. This one definitely I think is a bit gimmicky for me. Not my favorite. Right, let's get into what has worked this month. Okay, let's start off with a little bit of skincare first. So I have found in my skincare routine that I am focusing more on products that put a lot of moisture back into my skin. So I'm trying not to use the harsher things in life. And I have found the Centella. It is called the Hyalu-cica Cloudy Mist. It is made with Centella, which is an incredible plant that really does help with moisture in your skin. This is the second bottle I have bought. It is fantastic. It's got a very fine mist. I pop it on after I've washed my face and just before I put my toner on. And it just, I mean, I think you can maybe see between my hands. I don't know if it's maybe a little bit too soon, but you can see how more hydrated one looks than the other. I know when I tested this out for the first time in the shop, it's what I always do because I wash my hands so often, my hands are a bit dry. I'll pop it on my hand and then I'll walk around the scent and whatnot. And when I looked at my hand after I'd sprayed this the first time, I noticed that my skin looked a lot plumper actually. And Jade, the lady who does my facials, she has now commented over the last twice that I have been for my facials that my hydration in my skin is looking fantastic, and this is really the only thing that I have changed. So I would recommend, if you are on the hunt for something that gives you a bit of moisture in your skin, I cannot tell you how well this works. This works really well. Then what else have I got? I have been down a little bit of a rabbit hole on Instagram a little while ago. There were all these ladies that were taking their talcum powders or dusting powders and popping them into little dishes and whatnot, and using that in the evenings or in the mornings all over their bodies. And I remember using it when I was a lot younger, but then stopped using it because of all the hoo-ha that came around with the talc and whatnot. But I have just recently rediscovered the joy of dusting powder, and I'm really enjoying these ones from Lush. This is now the third one I've bought, and I really do enjoy the scent of the silky underwear. I find that it is a very soft, feminine scent, and it doesn't overpower anything. I use it in the mornings on my little pulse points where I want to put my fragrance. I find that it actually increases the wear time of my fragrance, and I also use it at night, and I've been absolutely loving it. Not at all drying, it just feels fabulous. Talking about fragrances, just recently I have been down a little rabbit hole. I watch a lot of Instagram. I wonder if you're in the same boat as me. And other than home improvement things, which is pretty much all my feed at the moment, it's just fragrance really. There are a few influencers that I follow that do a lot of reviews of Arabian fragrances, and they come in at a lot cheaper than what your regular fragrances are, and I have found that they are just amazing. So my current favorite at the moment is by a brand called Lattafa, and this is the fragrance called Dalal. I just want to quickly bring up what its notes are. It is just the most beautiful feminine fragrance. I've been using it pretty much every day since I got it. It tells me that it is a gourmand floral fragrance that has golden delicious apple, mandarin heart notes, ylang ylang jasmine, orange flower base notes, vanilla and musk. And I tell you, it's just lovely, and the atomizers are incredible. So it's got, let me see if I can do it this way. It really gives it a good old spray, and it lasts for ages on my skin. So this one, smells lovely. If you enjoy a good fragrance, I can highly, highly recommend this Dalal. Lovely. Right, makeup. So I have not really found any new foundations in the month of February that have worked incredibly well for my skin, but what I have done is I have rebought this Erborian CC Creme. This is now my second tube. I find that the product lasts an incredibly long time. This is, I think, hands down one of my most favorite skincare products or skin products. So I'm just going to do it on the other hand because I've got the Centella on there. I wanted to just see, you can actually just see that this one does look a lot plumper. It's quite something. Anyways, so you pop the Erborian on your skin, and then it goes white, but then it becomes one with your skin. And I just absolutely love this product. It's very easy to wear. It's very lightweight. The coverage is it's very minimal. It just looks like you're having the most incredible skin day. And I have found that it plays really, really well with my skincare products. So it doesn't matter what my base is on my face with my sunscreen and the serums that I use. This never ever pulls on my skin, and it just really gives me the most beautiful, flawless finish. I really have enjoyed this CC Creme. Next would be my current favorite concealer. This Bear With Me concealer from NYX is absolutely fantastic. The only gripe I have is that I wish that it came with an applicator instead of a little pump applicator. I just find it a little bit irritating to use, but the coverage is fantastic. You use the tiniest little amount and it just brightens up my under eyes. I really do enjoy it. This one I think is in the shade, let's have a squiz. I don't know what this shade is called. Vanilla. Have really, really enjoyed. I find if you use the smallest amount, the creasing is minimal. You can just pat out the creases and then pop your powder on, and then it lasts you pretty much all day. I really do enjoy this one. In terms of powders that I found, it's a little bit more high end, but the Huda Beauty pressed powder, it's called Easy Bake Pressed Powder. Let's just quickly open it up for you. I got the shade Cherry Blossom Cake. It's fantastic. I've got it on underneath my eyes at the moment. It is a very blurring powder. You don't need to use a whole hang of a lot. It works really well on our mature skins, providing that you don't use a ton of it. I make sure that if I use it on the sponge applicator, I always tap off the excess before I put it on my skin, and then I also just tap it in very, very gently, and I make sure after I let it set for a little bit, I just wipe the excess off. So I can say that this pressed powder works incredibly well for our mature skin. Next up is a bronzer. So my favorite bronzer I've been using is the Hulawave by Benefit. I've actually hit pan on this one. The shade that I use is called Medium Deep. I have loved this bronzer, absolutely fantastic. I haven't actually found a cream bronzer in the more affordable range. If you are using a cream bronzer that is a little bit more affordable, won't you let us know down in the comments what you use? I'd love to try something from a more affordable space, but at the moment this is my absolute favorite, you can see. In terms of blush, I've got some high-end and affordable. So in terms of the high-end, it is the Huda Beauty Filter Blush, I think it's what it's called. And the two shades that I'm absolutely loving are called, oh, it's so tiny, hold on a sec. It is Sunset Lychee. I'm South African. I think the Americans and everyone else is lychee. We say lychee. And Bubblegum. These two together give me the most exquisite color. I find that it looks a little sun-kissed, it looks very juicy and healthy. I love combining these two blushes. And then on the more affordable side is the Lumi Liquid Blush from L'Oreal. This shade in particular is absolutely stunning, and it is called Glowy Gold Pink. What I will do is all the products that I've mentioned that I'm really enjoying, I will pop in the description box below. Then you'll be able to have a squiz and see what you like if you are interested in that. Okay, next one up. Lip liners. I've got, I think, 3 of them. I could just grab 2 of these now. These are dual liners from Revlon. They are called the multi-liner. They're incredible. You can use this as, I've used this particular color as a little bit of a blush. It's like a deep plum color. You can use them as an eyeliner and you can use them as a lip liner. And what's really lovely about these on the lips is that they don't bleed into the lines. My favorite lip oil at the moment is this little guy from Wet n Wild. Very well loved. It is the lip oil. Absolutely fantastic. It doesn't leave my lips dry. I've tried a few. I've tried Huda Beauty's one and Clarence's one. They dry my lips out terribly. This little one works like an absolute bomb and cheap as old chips. I'm out of order here. My primer, I have loved Huda Beauty's Easy Blur Primer. This one's finished, so I've got myself my new one, so I can toss this one. I really enjoy how this makes my skin look once I popped it on. I just find that it gives me a very blurred, flawless look. I really have been enjoying this primer. For my lips, I have got 2 high-end ones again and 2 affordables. Huda Beauty came out with her lip stains. They are fantastic. These are my 2 favorite colors. And again, it's baby pink and soft nude. The soft nude is not a very brown nude. It comes out a little bit reddish. But I absolutely adore these 2 lip liners. I do find though that the dry down time is very, very quick. So if you're gonna pop them on, you've got to pretty much blend. Excuse Walter, and he's moving the camera while he moves his sleeves. Sorry about that. Okay. Once you pop them on, you need to really blend them in really quickly. Otherwise, where they are, they stay. Their staying power is pretty good. And then Essence have brought out their line and stain, and I will say that they are comparable to the high-end option. In fact, I actually think this particular color, this is nude pink. It comes out a little bit more mauvey on my skin. This one's staying power in terms of on the outside as a lip liner of your lip lasts in the whole day. Absolutely fantastic. I also find that these ones are a lot easier to use. They've got a really large tip, and I find that very easy to draw all over my lips, whereas Huda's ones is just a smaller tip. I do make sure that when I store these on my makeup table, I store them cap side down so that the ink just stays in the tip. otherwise they dry out apparently. Let's have a squiz. What else have I got? An eyebrow pencil I have found that I am absolutely loving. I think I've been sleeping on this. I don't think this is a new product at all. It is the L'Oreal Infaillible Brows up to 24-hour micro precision pencil. It's not as cheap as what the Essence brand is, but I love it. Have a look at the tiny little tip. And what I love about this pencil is that it comes with a spoolie. And that just makes life so much easier. I just love that. It works really, really well. It's what I have in my brows at the moment, and I'm loving it. Brow setting product. I am really loving this Brow Lift and Freeze Glue from Essence. Works really well. I love the brush. The brush is nice and tiny. In fact, I only use the brush. I don't use what comes on the underneath the cap. I don't use those two little things. They've never been used. I love the little brush. Works like a bomb. And this will hold my very stubborn brows in place until I wash it off in the evening. In terms of powder, bronzer and blush, I have got two favorites at the moment. The blush is this Catrice Soft Glow Baked Blush. Oh, dirty lid. That is what it looks like. It is just absolutely divine. Look at that shade. Can you see? It's so subtle, but the shine that it gives you, it's like this little highlighted shine. You can see it's what I've got on my face at the moment. I will pop my liquid blush on, and then once that's obviously set and dried, then I will pop this little blush over it. I just love it. It's divine. And the shade that I've got is called On Cloud Pink. I think I've used it every single day since I bought it. I've loved it. And in terms of a bronzer, I am really enjoying the Sun Lovers Catrice bronzer. The only thing is that the packaging is quite a bit of rubbish. So the lid is broken and it's not even a month old. But it gives you the most beautiful, like it's iridescent, but it's like the softest bronze glow. So I will pop that over my cream bronzer. I love this. It's absolutely stunning. I actually almost use it like a finishing powder. So I'll pop it on my skin, and then I'll take a big brush and then I'll just blend everything in. I really am enjoying this. I just wish the packaging was a little different. Catrice also has some cute little eye products at the moment. This Diamond Treasures is very cute, but product doesn't stay in there. But what I love is this cream brown. It's very similar to the Huda Beauty brought out some cream shadows a little while ago. It reminds me very much of the Huda Beauty formulation. This color in particular is fantastic. This one's very nice if it stayed in. I usually use my finger with this and then I'll just pop it in the center of my eyelid. And I think this one is called Hazel Spark. Very cute. Also, they came out with Tiny Treasures. The Tiny Treasures is also pretty cute. I've enjoyed this. The color payoff is lovely, and it's a fun little palette, and it's so tiny you can just pop it in when you're traveling. And I got the shade Wild Berry. The pinks are lovely. It just looks very soft and romantic when you pop this on your skin. Then in terms of mascara, as you can tell, I've been on a bit of a hunt. I have found some that work really well. So Essence Lash Princess has come out with their burgundy one. It's lovely. The brush is divine. I find that it's very easy to use. The color payoff is lovely, and it's also very buildable. I have found here in South Africa that the Maybelline burgundy one has been discontinued. I can't find that one because that was one of my favorites. I also absolutely love the one by Benefit, but my one is dried and finished now. I used that one until there was nothing left. But I will say, this one is fabulous. I love it. I wear it very often. Then this is definitely not a new one, but it is an Essence Lash Without Limits Tubing Extra Lengthening Volume Mascara. I'm wearing that at the moment and I have been loving it. The transfer is minimal. It's not nearly as bad as anything else that I've tried, and there is no fallout, which I quite enjoy. So this one I'm enjoying, and what I really love about a tubing mascara, it is very easy to wash off in the evenings. There's no rubbing. You just put a bit of warm water on and it just melts off. And then last product that has really worked well for me is the Real Techniques Miracle Miracle Concealer Sponge. So this is my little guy that I use. It's now gotten to the point where it needs to be replaced. But the sponge is fantastic. I don't wet it, I use it dry and I blend in my concealer with it. It gives me a very flawless finish. I don't quite know why it works so well, but as it says, natural seamless finish. And I will tell you, compared to a regular beauty sponge, this works incredibly well. I find that its texture is very, very soft and it's very easy to get into those little corners and things like that. Works incredibly well. Well, there we go. Those are the products that worked really well on my mature skin in the month of February and a little bit before that as well, obviously, because there's a lot here. And it's actually quite nice to see that there are some really good products that work well for our skin. So that's it for February. I can assure you that there will be more for March, because I love to shop and I love to try new things. So let's see how many hits and misses we get for March. But for February, we are done. Let me know if there are any products that you tried in February that really worked well for you. It would be really awesome. Pop a comment in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this video, won't you consider subscribing? It would be just so awesome to have you as part of our community. And I will catch you in the next one. Bye.